Call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder apostles. Salutations to the men, women, and children. The 1/3. All right. The Akim pushing this truth with honor and with integrity. And to the house of David, the church of saints. All right. And here we have an article. Um, this is this article came out what is it, the 16th? So 3 days ago, December 13th. And I was reading it yesterday here from an activist post, and it says the House passes bill allowing government to microchip citizens with mental disabilities. Okay, now this is some bullshit, because when they do this, it's gonna be to basically an excuse to basically um start chipping people. All right, because a lot of things can be considered a mental disability. Even going against a system can be considered a mental disability. All right, so if you are against government, the government can consider that a mental disability. I heard even eating well, believing in eating healthy and healing with the herbs is now being considered a mental disability, because the establishment only wants to use poisons. The FDA wants us to use their poisons, as medicines. So here's the article. It says 6 years ago, NBC Nightly News boldly predicted that all Americans would be fitted with RFID microchips by the year 2017. Okay, now that was 6 years ago, but 2,000 years ago it was already prophecy. Okay, so fuck NBC. Let's bring out the prophecy, Revelations 13, and it says, okay, this is Revelations 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, and and the 666 is built into the barcode. Okay, which is everything digital. Last Thursday the House passed HR4919. Okay, so everybody was busy with bullshit, and Kanye's bullshit episode. Fuck Kanye. The hell with him. Everybody's focused on bullshit and what happened to Kanye, and Kim Kardashian divorcing Kanye, and a whole bunch of other bullshit. This happened. Okay, so it's HR 4919, also known as Kevin and Avante's Law, which would allow the U.S. Attorney General to award grants to law enforcement for the creation and operation of locomotive tracking programs. Though the programs, where it says, though the program's mission is to find individuals with forms of dementia or children with developmental disabilities who have wandered from safe environments, it provides no restriction on the tracking program's inclusion of other individuals. The bill will also require the Attorney General to work with the Secretary of Health and Human Services and unnamed health organizations to establish the best practices for the use of tracking devices. Okay, so Attorney General and with the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Okay, that's the healthcare system. All right, because they're gonna start microchipping babies. Okay, if they're not already doing it. All right, and look, it says even though, let me read it back. Though the program's mission is to find individuals with forms of dementia or children with developmental disabilities who have wandered from safe environments. Okay, it provides no restriction on the tracking program's inclusion of other individuals. Okay, those in support of the legislation maintain that such programs could prevent tragedies where those with mental or cognitive disabilities wandered into dangerous circumstances. Yet others have called these intentions a Trojan horse for the expansion of a North American police state, as the bill's language could very broadly interpreted. Could be very broadly interpreted, okay? And Trojan horse is correct. And if you know anything about the Trojan War, okay, the Trojan horse was used to get inside Troy. It was left as a supposed token. Okay, there were soldiers inside, and it was and the army, I believe it was the Greek army, they had disappeared from sight, left us an idol. All right, because see, back in the day, these Edomites, um, uh, um, a main form of gratitude and um, gifts, presents, um, was idols, statues and shit like that. Um, you know, uh, and they used, this gift to destroy the hearts of those people and let them think it was safe by leaving a big ass idol there, a wooden horse, which was stuffed with soldiers, and the rest of the army, they made it as if they disappeared and hid the boats. Okay, and then when the horse was brought inside the gates, then the soldiers that were inside came out and slaughtered everybody in their sleep. And this is basically the same situation, because they mask it as something that's safe. There's the fine print and a whole bunch of other bullshit in their agenda. And when uh, when finally the mass starts accepting it, right, and they got their hand in the pot, then they will inch their whole way in. You know what I'm saying? They will just fully implement everything they want to implement. All right, but they like doing things gradually to not rouse up the population, because it's easier to have people controlled when they're docile, which is why the drugs, the alcohol, um, the parties, the clubs, and the TV and all the bullshit. All right, so it says, while this initiative may have noble intentions, small and temporary programs in the name of safety and security often evolve into permanent and enlarged bureaucracies that infringe on the American people's freedoms. That is exactly what we have here. A safety problem exists for people with Alzheimer's, autism, and other mental health issues. So the fix, we are told, is to have the Department of Justice start a tracking program so we can use some device or method to track these individuals 24/7. Representative Louis Gohmert, Republican, Texas, said in a floor speech opposing the bill. Okay, good. But it's still going to come to pass because the prophecies have to come to pass. It says, Gohmert's assessment is spot on, giving local police the authority to decide who is microchipped. Check this out, police state. So this bill will give local police the authority, right? Let me highlight this. To decide who is microchipped and who is not based on their mental soundness is a recipe for disaster, okay? Though the bill specifically mentions those with Alzheimer's and autism, how long before these tracking programs are extended to those with ADHD and bipolar disorder, among other officially recognized disorders? Okay? Check this out. It says, even the dislike of authority is considered a mental disorder known as a positional defiant disorder. Okay? The dislike of authority is considered a mental disorder known as a positional defiant disorder. All right? Which could also warrant microchipping in the future. If these programs expand unchecked, how long will it be before all Americans are told that mass microchipping is necessary so that law enforcement and the government can better protect them? Because they believe that this fraternal order of the Vatican, right, the police departments, are all going to protect them. There may be some ones there that they believe in being a good cop, and they, a lot of them just trying to make money to feed their families. But this is an organization that's controlled by a dark hand, right? They don't have their best interests at heart, all right? So you people believe that the government is going to protect you, and that these laws is to help better protect you because you're so scared of a criminal breaking into your home, kidnapping your child, da, 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 da. But when you leave your responsibility as a community to protect yourselves, right, and hold each other accountable, and just turn a blind eye and just give that power to the government, absolute power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. All right, and And here we have oppositional defiant disorder, all right, which is the dislike of authority. And and who are the men on the streets that are disliking the authorities of the most? Starting with the Rothschilds and the elites, okay, that ruled the banking systems, ultimately control everything, all right? The men of the Lord that are out there prophesying against his wicked ass kingdom, all right? Let me see if I could get the scripture real quick. This is okay. This is the book of Jeremiah 28:8. Okay, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied. Salakia, scroll down a little bit too much. Okay, prophesied, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Okay, so we're prophesying against this evil, all right, against this great kingdom Babylon. We're prophesying against the wars that are going to break out on all levels. Okay, prophesying against many countries, prophesying against evil, who's wicked as Rothschild and elites, and of pestilences. Okay, because there's going to be a lot of pestilence. All right, this whole place is rotting from the inside out, and it's gonna continue to get plagued. Okay, just like Egypt did, just like Sodom and Gomorrah did. All right, and let's see, read the last paragraph. The last paragraph, it says here, many Americans have been content to trade their liberties for increased security in the post 9/11 world. Okay, particularly when the state uses these talking points. So, all right. Many Americans have been content to trade their liberties for increased security, and that's stupid. All right, because you put your trust in this government. All right, you put your trust in this government, which if you do not know, all right, if you do not know that you cannot trust this government, all right, and but you blindly trust them. Okay, that's the blind leading the blind. Okay, then you will both fall into the ditch. You do not know that you cannot trust this government because you trust in them, or you just don't give a fuck. A lot of people don't even care to, bother with politics and care what's going on. They just don't care. Then you will both fall into the ditch, and you are doing a disservice to yourself. Ultimately, you're doing a great disservice to yourself, and it's just not going to benefit you. But it is as it is supposed to be, okay? Because there's going to be those that need to be led by the blind. There's going to be those that need to fall into the ditch. All right, this is all prophecy. All right, and see, that's why even you people, man, especially you 2/3, that you may say, nah, I'm not against you, or I'm not against you, but I'm not with you because I don't believe in what you believe, but because you don't choose a side, okay, if you're not with us, then you're against us, because if you don't choose a side, then you're basically supporting automatically, Satan is going to take a hold of you, all right, because you're going to believe in your stupid ass philosophies that whatever I believe is right, and your decisions will not be based according to knowledge. Your decisions will be based according to the philosophies of this world, which is ruled by Satan. So automatically, even without you knowing, if you're not with the Lord, if you're not with Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai and his men, then you are against us completely, even if you don't choose a side, okay? Especially, and especially, you motherfuckers that actually give your spirit to this world. You want to go and vote. You voted for Trump or Hillary. Like, it doesn't matter who would have been in office, whether it would have been Trump, Hillary, Bernie, it don't matter. This still would have passed, okay? This bill still would have passed because it's been in the works for a very long time. It says, the last paragraph, many Americans have been content to trade the liberties for increased security in the post 9/11 world, particularly when the state uses these talking points. Yet, as Benjamin Franklin once said, now this is a cracker, so fuck him, but this was well said by him. He said, those who surrender freedom for security will not have, nor do they deserve either one. Okay? Because curse is the man that put his trust in another man. All right, and you people put your trust in this government, but this government wants to chip the fuck out of each and every one of us. You know, and Lord willing, you know, none of my men over here take that shit. You know, I pray for all the Akim. None of you Akim that's out there prophesying take it. You know, those that are sincere, uh, and that are not without honor and integrity. You know, we gotta pray for each other because that time is coming. 2017 is almost here, and don't think that 2017 is gonna be a walk in the park. All right, everything is speeding up. All right, so don't forget, just because things are, they say there's peace and safety, all right, and there's nothing really chaotic going on in the hood near you. You know, maybe you live in an area where it's not too chaotic yet, you know, but you best believe that America is rotten from the inside out, all right, and across all neighborhoods it's gonna get crazy, you know, especially when that famine comes, all right, when that famine comes and there's a food shortage, right? Then it's gonna get like in Venezuela, all right, and then people are gonna get desperate, and then we will know who will give into the chip or not, all right. We will know who will die with valor, all right, with honor, with integrity, all right, with respect for Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, and His word, all right, because it says let's see here, let's read in the next chapter. Okay. Salakia, the computer's a little slow. I gotta run some maintenance. Okay. Okay. It's Revelation 14:6. Okay. And I saw another angel. Salakia. It's Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man, I'll read 8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark on his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay? So if you receive the mark of his name, if you worship the beast in the image, if you receive, you know, if you receive that mark, okay, if you worship the beast and his image and receive the mark in your forehead or your hand or wherever, it could be any part of your body. It could be your fucking shoulder, your leg, it don't matter. You take that shit, you worship the beast and the image, okay? You're giving yourself into Satan. You're gonna be tormented, man. You're gonna be tormented. You're gonna drink out of the wine of the wrath of the Lord, okay? Poured without mixture, okay? Into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, so this is serious business. All right, you know, so I'll put this article in the description as usual, and you folks can check it out. You can read it if you want. Share any other information you have regarding the chip, and you know, supposedly they're supposed to start pushing it out through that Obamacare nonsense next year, you know. So with that being said, you know, Kahalau Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elder apostles, all right, of GMS, salutations to the brothers, all right, that are pushing this with sincerity, with truth, with honor, with integrity, all right, and to the house of David, all right, the church of saints. Stay strong, stay spiritual. Shalom.